Hi everyone, welcome back to part 2 of this build. So as you can see, we've now felt and battened the exterior walls. I'll show you a time lapse of us doing that shortly. But yeah, so now we're going to be getting on to, there's a feature oak wall plate running along the bottom above the bricks, and then we've got some waney edge oak cladding to go all the way around, so that will look quite nice. And then yeah, there's an oak structure at the front to form as well, 4 posts with a wall plate and some knee braces. So yeah, I'll just show you what we've done here. So yeah, we've got a 300mm DPC all the way around, lapped up the wall 150, pinned through there with some clout nails. So then we've got 100 by 100 oak wall plate that will have flush with the face of the brickwork, but because at the minute, as you can see, there's a void behind that, and this will obviously want to lift, plus we don't want to put any, you know, visible fixings through there. So what we're going to do is some treated timber at the back, fixed to the back of this plate, and then we're going to fix with some long timber lock screws through the back of the ply into this post, as I say, from the back. Some people say, oh well, you're penetrating the DPC, etc, etc, but then there won't be a void there, so that'll be solid. So then we're going to be lapping up 12-inch lead, so 150 above here, coming down. It won't sag then because we've got the packer at the back. Lap it over the front and just slightly lipping over the edge there, so any water won't be able to get in. Doesn't matter that that's penetrated, the lead won't be. And then the cladding will start from up there. And then around the doorway, yeah, we'll rip down, because we've got some more of these 4x4 plates. We'll rip one down in half, for example, 100 by 50. Probably face fix those and put some pegs in to hide the fixings. So yeah, that's the detail. So yeah, let's get into the time lapse I mentioned about the batten. Okay, so we're on to getting all these oak wall plates all the way around the top of the brickwork now. So this one, there's no joint in it other than a mortise and tenon to take the surround post that goes around the doorway. Over here, I've cut the first half lap. So flush on the brickwork with the front of the brickwork. It just needs a bit of fine tuning, packing up from the bottom. And there you go. So yeah, what I'm going to do to get them fixed together is a couple of dowels with a draw bore hole, meaning when you drive it in, it pulls the joint together more. So a couple in there for that. And then we've got a post coming up on the corner here, so the cladding can butt in this side, butt in that side, so that'll mortise and tenon into there. We'll fix through that canopy part at the top with a hex head screw, and then some L brackets, because it won't be touching here and we don't want to face fix anywhere. So yeah, L brackets will be hidden behind the cladding, mortise and tenon in there, fixed at the top. So these half laps I'll continue. I've got another 1-2 plates to carry on from that way, and you normally stagger half lap joints. For example, this one's at the bottom, so this joint here, the next one I'll do the cutout at the bottom. Sorry, the cutouts are off the top of this one, so I'll do the cutout at the bottom. So up, down, up, down. I'll do a full length from that way and a shorter length in the middle, just look a bit more symmetrical. So I'll just show you the process of marking out and cutting a joint. So, what we've got, the timber's 97mm by 97mm. So I've come back the 97, done a square mark. Then you mark half the distance or half the thickness. So 47.5. And then just square around the top as I've already done. Square down for the shoulder. Clearly mark where you're taking the waist out with these, lines that I've done there. Same here, have a line there so it's clear to say where you're taking out. Do that. So 3 sides here, there, and there. So it's very obvious where it's being taken out from. You want to do that so you don't get too confused. Obviously where you're staggering your joints, it can get a bit confusing if you don't clearly mark it. So then I set my saw. Just double check I have. To the depth, or slightly less, so you can chisel out the remainder. Then we just do a few passes. Take the waste out of a chisel and a hammer, and then just ease it off with a chisel. So I'll just show you me cutting one. That's all the passes through there. So I'll just put that chisel in the middle. And just put it one way, push it the other, and then bash all this waste material off. And then just got to clean the last bit. Yeah, get the larger bits off with a hammer and then ease the rest of the waste out with a chisel. Be a bit of a time consuming process, but it's necessary to get a decent joint. So the guide is obviously the pencil mark on the side, which I've still got to go down to, but also the teeth marks in the centre. Once they've come off, that should be deep enough by setting the saw. There we go. So I've just got to repeat the process for all of them, and yeah, I'll show you once they're all installed. We've come to the end of this week's episode, so next time in part 2 of this project, I'll be showcasing us installing the Waney Edge oak cladding. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you next time.